Hello, it's Michelle. Welcome to day 6 of our Advent mini art journaling adventure. And I will begin by reading to you from the Advent from our friends at the Church of the Valley. So today, day 6, is about the star. One of the most iconic symbols of Christmas is the star. We use them to decorate our Christmas trees, our homes, and we even cut cookies into the shapes of stars. The most significant star is in the story of Christmas. It was the light that guided the Magi to Bethlehem on the night of Jesus' birth. God created this moment in history to place a spotlight on the humble beginnings of a child who would become our King. Matthew 2:10 says, "The sight of the star filled them with indescribable joy." I could use me some of that. Indescribable joy. Astronomers today have used science and computers to replicate what the sky could have looked like 2,000 years ago. Some suggest that the Star of Bethlehem was a rare conjunction of planets that came together in brilliant synchronization. And the takeaway is go on an adventure tonight, either around your house or in your neighborhood. Grab a flashlight and let it guide you through the darkness. Think about how Jesus is the light of your life and guides you each day. Depending on where you live, you might not want to be walking around your neighborhood with a flashlight. But yes, guiding, it makes me think of camping. It makes me think of when I'm camping at night and going to find the outhouse. I am not a fan of the dark. So, yeah, or even here, we live on a farm, so it's lots of space, and I am grateful for the lights that we have and the motion sensor lights and things that we have placed around. That's for sure. Not a fan of the dark, but I might try that. We always have lights on in our house too, so. But can you imagine that indescribable joy? Oh, I've had some pretty joyful moments in my life, and I feel joyful most of the time. I know when I don't have my joy. And my friends have heard me say, "My joy's back." That's how I feel when I'm doing my art. Like my joy is back. Okay. So day 6. So here we are. We'll do a little quick flip through. Day 1 was the wreath, Christmas tree, the Christmas lights, the tree lights. The ornaments and the candy cane. It's coming together quite nicely. And I just wanted to show you too. This is the second pull from my deli plate yesterday. Yeah, but jelly plates, that's another day. Often the second pull is more fun than the first one. Okay, so I have a little bit of a plan. We'll see if my plan goes as planned. Okay, so that will protect that, but I need another piece in there. This is just parchment paper. as we're getting further along. See, I went over on yesterday's, which is okay. This will protect everything underneath. I do have some smaller clips in my office I should get. That's not too bad. Okay. So one of the verses, there's usually a couple verses that go with the Devo, and one of the verses was Psalm 25, 4-5, and it says, "Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Lead me by your truth and teach me, for you are the God who saves me. All day long I put my hope in you." So I kind of am thinking of adding that somehow. It's going to glue it there, but then those of you who are following can't really do that. So if I was doing this on my own without sharing with you, I probably would cut that out and glue that on there and work around it. But I'm going to do this, I think. So I'm thinking this night sky and the ground with a path, and maybe writing that passage up here and the star here. That's my intention. We will see how that goes. I'm going to start with the top then, so that it has more drying time. So I usually work from the top down. And that's go big or stay home. Brush is a little stiff. There we go. Payne's Gray, my friends. Payne's Gray. One of my favorite colors. And I'm pretty picky about my Payne's Gray. In different paints, different makes, the color can vary, so okay, I can feel as I'm pulling my brush across, it's starting to get a little gummy, so that means don't stay and play. Walk away. So I'm going to do that. And I think I need to bring it down just a little further, actually. Still always in my head are the rules. Notice when I'm mixing my paint here too, I'm not stirring, I'm petting. That way I'm not wrecking my brush. A little gesso in there helps that to be opaque. Ooh, and you know what? Put a little hill there too. I'd like to give all this a second coat. So I'm going to need to dry it. So sorry if it's loud. So you're better off to do thin layers. And dry them in between. The reason why I'm putting a hill there is because I am going to do a path. So I'm thinking about this verse. Show me the right path. So paint a little path here. So coming from here, we can go left on the path. Or we can go right on the path. You probably guessed. Or we can go this way. And following the right path is not always the easiest one. That's why I put that hill there. Because I think oftentimes following the right path is not the easiest path. And the star is going to be up here. So that's the path we want to follow. Just need a touch of red there. I'm going to gray down this lighter green. And lighten it more. Red is opposite on the color wheel, opposite of green. So if you want to gray something down, use the opposite color on the wheel. I just want to, and in the distance things are typically lighter. Now the Payne's gray is kind of a purpley blue, so it does have some red in it, so it does it's already a bit of a, it's not that bright green that you would see normally in the path. 2 would be lighter here. And a little glow. So we're putting a star up there. Okay, so is that dry enough? Another little shot here. I do want that one shade deeper. Nice and dark. I'm going to use a white pen, so dark to show light, light to show dark. Little gesso down there. So if you're creating this path on the little hill, you want the path to be skinnier at the top, so the distance things get smaller. When I read that verse, I made me also think of the stories and all the different stories we've heard about over the years about, following the right path and choosing the right path. And that's why I chose to put the hill in, because the right path is not always the easiest path. There's maybe more struggles, but what happens when you follow that right path is so much more rewarding. And let's go for that indescribable joy. It's not to say there's not going to be trials, that's for sure. Okay, so this is a Uniball pen, a Signo Uniball pen. don't know how I'm going to manage fitting this all on, but we'll see here. Show me the right path. Point out the road for me to follow. Lead me by your truth. And teach me. For you are the God who saves me. All day long, I put my hope in you. Just fit. Psalm 25, 4 and 5. Okay. Now, now for the star. So the bristle brushes, I was going to show you this example. Here's two different number 2 bristles. So one has just been, I guess, bought at a separate time. So one is actually a little bit taller. Something dark under there, I'll show you. Is that better? Oh, there we go. One's a little taller, it's thinner. This one here is a little stiffer, stubbier, and this one has a little more give to it. So, and they're both number 2 bristles, flat bristles. And I have here a number 1 as well. I pulled this one out. I don't use this very often. But for this mini journal, you just pull out smaller brushes. So here we go. Now, let's see here. I wonder, how quickly does this dry? It dries fairly quickly. Fairly quickly. Okay. I'm just winging it here, friends, so. Actually, I'm going to draw that a little bit down here. I've got the space here, not here, so that'll be my center. that a second to dry. Fix up my path there a little bit. I'm not sure how long these videos are going to take me each day, so my intention was for 20 minutes, around 20 minutes, but I think one of them went over that. Do a little dry brush scumbling here. I kind of wish I hadn't gone quite so thick there, so I'm going to see what happens when I come back in this way. I'm not pressing too hard now because I don't want to pull up paper. I want this glow to be soft. There's so many different ways to make glow. It's kind of a quick, easy one. That paint was a little bit thick there, so I just wiped it off on the edge there. I like that better, I think. So that was gesso actually that I was using there. I'm just going to put a spot of white paint right in the middle. Could have tried a little yellow with this too, maybe, to make it more warmer, but I think I will go with that. Okay, so the Christmas star. God created this moment in history to place a spotlight on the humble beginnings of a child who would become our King. Have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're listening to this, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.